This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. Okay, why wouldn't Earl the Truth Spence not be taking Shawn Porter seriously? Come on, folks, wake up and smell the coffee. This guy has never not taken his opponent seriously. Do I believe that to a certain degree he's mad at the fact that possibly a beat my face in human pinata is getting pay-per-views with a Danny Garcia, and hence he's not getting pay-per-view? I could see that. If I was in his position, I'd be hot as grits too. I'm gonna say that again. If I was in his position, I would be hot as grits as well. So my point is, the man has a right to be mad, because at the end of the day, he sits at the top of the welterweight division. No one is doing what he's doing right now. No one is steamrolling, bulldozing opponents like Errol The Truth Spence. And also, could it be that he's also in negotiations with Terrence Crawford? Because didn't I tell you, dodo heads, you brain full of mush and you brainwash followers, a couple of weeks back when Bob Arum was talking to Fight Hype, he said that him and Al Heyman met. Who does Bob Arum represent? You dodo heads. You brain full of mush and you brainwash followers. Doesn't he represent Terrence Crawford? So if he represents Terrence Crawford, then that means they're negotiating an actual fight. So how is he ducking Bud? See, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Now, if he's pushing off the Shawn Porter fight so that he could fight Bud, this is killing two birds with one stone, because it's still a unification bout, but it's even better. It's actually what the fans are craving for and what the fans want. And this shuts a lot of motherfuckers up. And motherfuckers just need to higgity hush. But like I said, Earl the Truth Spence has options, folks. Shawn Porter sat here and simmered like a motherfucker and made this man wait. People forget, let's have to remind y'all asses that Errol The Truth Spence went into the fucking ring after Shawn Porter supposedly, because you know with him, it's always a supposed win, because you know he has a constipated style. Supposedly in his constipation style, beat Danny Garcia. That wasn't even a definitive win. But nevertheless, Errol The Truth Spence went in there, looked face to face to a motherfucker that couldn't even sell a cookout, and said, look here, man, fight my ass next. He openly ducked him, because not only did he beguile, he tried to be Twix, and he tried to bamboozle Errol The Truth Spence by shaking his hand and saying, yeah, man, this is an easy fight. It can happen. Him and Kenny Porter knows that fighting Errol The Truth Spence is a career-ending fight. It is boxing suicide at its highest levels, because they know that if they fight Errol The Truth Spence, that's it. Now it's time to be full-time PBC face-to-face sports announcer, because his career is getting retired. Because people have to understand, when you fight Errol The Truth Spence, he takes a chunk out of your life. It's just that simple. A chunk out of your life and a chunk out of your boxing career. It's that fucking simple, folks. Go look at all of his opponents. Where are they to be found? They're either retired, they're chefs, they're YouTubers, they're fat as fuck. Basically, they're non-existent. And the Porters are sitting on this WBC belt. We know that. It's a sexy belt. It's the sexiest belt in boxing. And rightfully so, for the rightful reasons. I mean, just look at the belt. The belt looks like money. The point that I'm trying to make is this, and this is the truth of the fact of the matter. The Porters have openly ducked. Now, they are financially ducking. They're trying to price themselves out. They want the winner of the Pacquiao and the Thurman fight. They want no parts of Spence. It's really that simple, folks. So Spence does have, in his own way, some rights to be pissed off, because he's the cash cow at this point. He's the guy that's the focal point at the welterweight division. So if he just dispatch a beat my face in human pinata dude, and then this dude potentially can get a pay-per-view fight, then why is he not getting a pay-per-view fight for a unification bout? That doesn't make any sense. But I know Al Heyman. He always takes care of his own, and he always has a levels to this shit. He does a Meek Mills when it comes to these fighters. And Errol The Truth Spence is the guy that he's going to take care of the most out of all of those guys at the welterweight division, because he has proven himself. He's the most marketable guy at that division. So he's going to get taken care of. Al Heyman always has something in stores for these guys. That's what folks don't understand. So whether if it's a unification bout that potentially might get announced at some point with Shawn Porter, because we don't know where that's at right now, or if it's the fight that we want to see between Terrence and Crawford, the options are there. This nonsense about Errol The Truth Spence need to move to 154. He's a weight bully. We've dispelled that misnomer. There's no fucking such thing as weight bully. If a man is able to make weight, then he can't be a fucking weight bully. You dodo heads. You brain full of mush, and you brainwash followers. When has Errol The Truth Spence ever missed weight? Because if you're going to say weight bully, you might as well call Shawn Porter weight bully. Because then he missed fucking weight, folks. Come on. It's the shit I'm talking about. Don't all these fighters walk around 20 to 30 pounds more than what they actually weigh? So are they also weight bullies too? Come on. See, this is the shit that people that are ultra fanboys, that have ultra fanboy rhetoric, try to put over the people's eyes. It's that blinders they try to put over people's eyes. But we ain't falling for that bullshit. Whenever that fight happens between Errol Spence and Shawn Porter, whenever the fuck that may be, Errol The Truth Spence gonna bulldoze Shawn Porter. That's an 8th to 9th round TKO stoppage. Book that motherfucker. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.